everyone. Welcome to another lesson. Today we're going to be talking about how to practice your drum fills. Drum students, this is something that we have been working on quite a bit recently in our lessons. So, just wanted to remind you how to practice your drum fills. So, we are going to use for this lesson this drum fill as an example. We're going to be playing eighth notes on the snare, 1 and 2 and then 16th notes and 16th notes, 3E and a, 4E and a. Okay, so that'll be the fill. 1 and 2 and 3E and a, 4E and a, 1. But you can use any drum fill that you want. So we've been learning how to play the drum fill in stages. So the first stage is to just play the drum fill and then give yourself one full measure in between, and we're just going to count with our sticks together. So this would be how you would do that. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3E and a, 4E and a, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So once you feel comfortable with that and you can do that with no mistakes, so just playing the fill, giving 4 clicks in between, then we're going to move to actually playing those clicks on the hi-hat. So that would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the third step after that is to move to play eighth notes on your hi-hat in between. So you're going to be going right from hitting the crash after the fill immediately to the hi-hat. Okay, that would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3E and a, 4E and a, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3E and a, 4E and a, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Okay, and then once you feel totally comfortable with that, then we can move to actually trying to play your groove in between. So we're going to start off with just a basic groove, just 2 and 4 on the snare, 1 and 3 on the kick drum. So that would sound like this. This is like the fourth stage of practicing your fill. So here we go. Okay, now there's one little caveat to these 4 stages. This only applies when you're beginning to learn the fill. So what I mean by that is when you're playing the fill at slow tempos. Because in a real song, you're not going to be playing the drum fill every measure. And as you increase the tempo, say you get to 120 beats per minute playing this fill, it needs a little more room to breathe in between. So remember that in music, we pretty much always play in 4 measure phrases. So that means we're going to be playing our groove for 3 measures, and then on the 4th measure, we would play the fill. So this is like the final stage of practicing the fill. So once you have played it with only stick clicks in between, then played quarter notes on the hi-hat in between, then played eighth notes on the hi-hat in between, and then played a groove in between, but doing all those slow, then you're going to move to this last stage, which you're going to bump up the tempo, and you're going to play 3 full measures of a groove in between the fill each time. So that would sound like this. All right, so that's just a quick reminder on how to practice these drum fills. Remember, first stage, quarter note click with the stick clicks in between only. Second, play quarter notes on the hi-hat. Third, play eighth notes on the hi-hat. Fourth, play a groove, okay? And those are all at slow tempos. So basically, one measure you're playing the fill, the next measure you're doing the filler in between. And then once you have those down, you're going to bump up the tempo of the entire thing to, say, maybe once you kind of get to 100 beats per minute and above, you want to play in these 4-measure phrases, okay? So 3 full measures of the groove and put the fill on the 4th measure. So, all right, guys, hope that helps. That seems to have been working well for us recently in our lessons as far as helping you learn a groove and then transition to playing it, or learning a fill rather, and learning how to transition to play it with your groove. Because that is the hardest part about drumming, basically, is playing the fill groove and then going to the fill and then coming back to the groove. It's like you're doing all this moving around, and so you kind of need to gradually ease yourself into that. So, all right, guys, take care, and I'll catch you in our drum lessons. See ya.